Hello everyone, this is your host 2LB. Welcome to my channel 2LB Badminton Academy. This is the episode of Badminton Academy and I'm going to discuss badminton with you. So you can see on one hand that's the badminton, the shuttlecock, and the other hand is a racket, and it's the beloved Astrox 100ZZ. Anyway, now today's topic is about backhand. Now, my coach once told me, don't ever use your backhand. That's a little extreme, I know. Then you have multiple questions, right? What if my backhand is so fucking great? Pardon my language here. No, you're not, okay? Even if you are, your opponent is also very good, so don't use your backhand. And I will keep point out in the future when I comment on some of the games, I'll tell you why those players would be better off, much better off by not using the backhand in those situations. If you are an amateur player, trust me, you are not very good at backhands. And very, very few amateur players are good enough to use backhand as a main weapon. You may win sometimes, but it's not because you're good, it's because your opponents are bad. That means if you're in a real competition with somebody who's good, you are basically screwed because your backhand is not that good, not as good as you think, okay? Now, what do I mean by backhand? And are there any circumstances you should use backhand? In general, the general rules is this: do not ever use it. If you're single, you put yourself in a very bad situation. If you're double, you put both you and your partner in a very bad situation and put your opponent in a much better attacking situation. But it works both in professional games and also in amateur plays. But sometimes you have to, right? It's like you're forced into that. Trust me, I'll tell you why that's not the case. That's almost never the case. Whenever you can use your backhand, you can comfortably use your forehand. The only reason you didn't is because you are not trained to do that and you are not very good with your footwork. So you can't do the overhead. But I'm telling you, the overhead is not only possible, it's a better alternative. Now, when I talk about backhands, I want to show you what real good, real great, real number one all-time backhands look like. Nobody is better than this guy. You talk about backhands, you ask anybody who knows about badminton, they will point you to this guy. This guy is the greatest backhands, even better than Lin Dan, better than Li Chongwei, better than Axelsen, better than anybody, basically. At least that's my opinion. So that is the Indonesia player Taufik Hidayat, the former Olympic player. He might be one of the most talented players ever, but also incredibly crazy. But I don't blame him. It's sometimes it's about having fun more than whatever. Let's just take a look at him, okay? Now this one is a compilation of the best backhand smashes and skills by Taufik Hidayat. It's a very good video. I'm going to show you a little bit and then I will explain a little bit. He did that against the top players. This is a Kenichi Chicago. You see that? I want you to look at the body. Look at the body when he hits the shuttle, okay? The foot and the body. The body is fully turned around and the whole back parallel to the net. That's whole back parallel to the net, okay? That's very important to notice. And then look at the hand. The hand is flat. The arm is flat, and then this is the racket. So the racket is moving like this. Let me see if I can show you here. Okay, so you turn your body, the racket is like this, moving back. Okay, Again, this is not about how to do that, the technical part, so I'm not going to show you all the details. So I just let's continue on the video, and to give you a feel what a backhand smash looks like. It's not just smash. Any backhands basically looks like this, and I will tell you different backhands in the next section. Okay, so let's just appreciate what a great backhand is. It's hard to really quantify why Hidayat has such great backhands, but you see the power, the suddenness, the direction, especially the power. It's just so great, because almost all professional players, well, at least most, they can use their backhand to control direction, but the power generated by Hidayat is just I never seen anything like that. You know, it's not present in any other body, any people. There were many great, very good backhand players, like Axelsen. Axelsen is very good too, but not as good as this guy. So let's take a look. See that? See that? Very deep and generates great power. This is against the GOAT, Lin Dan. Okay, it's just Lin Dan was like, whoa, all right, okay, I will stop doing that. See that? See that? You see that? The hand just go back and then just flash and generates the power. Let's speed again. See that? Backhand, just the drive. Look at that.
Still defending that title. She's 21-9 up at 11-4.
Yep, that's another backhand smash. See that? You see how steep it is. It's just right above the tape, and then just go all the way down the sideline. It's just brilliant. This is unbelievable. This is just too much. See that?
就未話能夠揮到咧自己最大嘅優勢出嚟。
嗱，頭先佢嘅往前反手撇推啊。
Let's see against Li Chongwei. Yes. You gotta understand how difficult this shot is by controlling to this side. Most people, that backhand should have to go to the center or to Li Chongwei's left. And this one goes all the way to Li Chongwei's right. And this is creates a lot of a huge advantage for Taufik, because it's closer, it's shorter, and it's as steep, and it's just brilliant. You can feel I'm excited about this, because his backhand is really something to watch. By the way, the guy in yellow is Chen Hong from China, and he's very good in his backhand as well. His backhand is up there as well. So you can see how the control of this one by Taufik. Just up there, just flip, just finger and wrist, and then it goes back. See that? See? This one, actually, he was a little bit out of position. He still managed to do that. See that again? See, he's out of position. Oh yeah. Those are against the Li Chongwei. See that? All the way. So low. above the ground and all the way drive.
冠军骑在自己身上的运动员。
Yeah, that's another one. This is another one against Lin Dan. See this one. See how low it is. It's all the way driving back. Yeah. That's another smash. Okay, so those are the smashes I want to show you here. And let's move on to what I mean by that. Okay. I'm going to use this as an example to show you. Okay. So this is the female single game between Akane Yamaguchi and Pusara Sindhu. Okay, now you can see this is the player. I particularly chose Akane Yamaguchi because if you are wondering about if you can be good at badminton, you don't have to be good as the professionals or the top players, but can you be good? Yes, you can. Okay, I've seen 6-year-old girls can hit all the shots on the field, so power is not a problem. Technique is. Okay, and you see this guy here, that's the #1 female for a long time. That's Akane Yamaguchi from Japan. She's really short. She's shorter than 160 centimeters. She's like 150 something. You know, and she can do that. She does it to the top of the world. But you know, short players on the court does not necessarily have a disadvantage. But that's a topic for another day. So let's look at this. So when I talk about backhand, what am I talking about? Say you are a right-hand player like Akane. So this is Akane. You are a right-handed player, right? So some of the shots come back could be in this region. Let's divide the whole field into 4 roughly regions. So this is your field. So you have region 1 and 2. Okay, you have a 3 and 4. So 3 and 4 are like front court and back court in your forehand. Okay, so we don't consider those in this particular case. So we only consider 1 and 2. For 1, you have to use you basically have to use your backhand because you have to stretch it using your backhand to pick it. Usually it's a drop. So you need to pick it up from the floor. So that's backhand. If it's higher over the net, then you can still use your overhead. Use your overhead to smash it, and that's a different case, right? So that is okay, and that's not what we are considering either, because that's something you need to do. What you need to pay attention is you need to change your grip into the grip on the smaller side rather than the larger side. Smaller rather than larger. So if you have questions about the grip, you can check my other videos. So that's not the topic here. So now that leaves the only region is region 2. That's the region that over your head behind you. Now, what I mean is when most people see the shuttle flies above their head to the left back side to the court, and their first intuition is to turn around and play the backhand. And that's not a good choice. Like I said, your backhand is not as good as you think. I don't care what other people say. And even if your backhand is good, it generates more power. It needs more power to play backhand. So it consumes more energy. And also because when you play the backhand, you turn your body, you turn your back to the net, so you cannot see your opponent's movement. Your opponent then can sneak over to steal your return. So that just puts you in a much disadvantaged situation. So I highly, don't do it. Just don't do it. Now you might say, okay, I hear you. Okay, I can choose not to do it, but what do I do instead? You do the overhead. The overhead footwork, it requires your footwork if you can't do it, I'm sure every one of you were taught that footwork, but not many of you can do that. Why? Because your grip is wrong. Your grip is wrong. The overhead backhand overhead, whatever, smash or clear, the grip is the forehand grip. So your thumb is on the longer side, not the shorter side, longer side. So it's overhead. Just do it like a forehand, and then you can hit it. Now I want to show you in this part of the clip, that is Akane Yamaguchi. She did that. She's showing you the correct footwork, but notice she is short, so her coverage of the field is smaller. But that doesn't stop her from doing the right thing. She didn't move back to use backhand. She just used the overhead and count her footwork. Okay, let's take a look at the video. All right, notice, pay attention to her feet. Okay, now here it comes. Okay, you see, she lifted really high to the backhand of Sindhu. Okay, actually Sindhu also did that, also did forehand. So you can almost kind of compare to both of them. Sindhu is a very tall player, over 170 centimeters tall. So you can compare both of them. Sindhu also did that. So you see what Sindhu does. See that? So, but Sindhu did it in a way that she's kind of forced. So her body didn't move forward after she hit. That would be ideal. But I want you to pay attention to where Akane is standing. Akane is standing right here. Look at her feet. So she's basically covering this part. And the Sindhu's shot is really good. It goes here. It goes over her head and go there, right? So a lot of players would turn back to use backhand. Let's see what Akane does, okay? See? Do you see that? That is the correct footwork. So you face the shuttle, and get ready, in the ready position. And then when you see the shuttle go over your head, you use retrieve your feet to run back there and still use your forehand. So let's take another look and see how it goes. Okay, so she basically smashed it straight, but that's not our focus. Let's take another look at here. So the smash, lift, and then the backhand corner. See, lift, see that footwork. She just stepped down in rhythm when the shuttle, when the opponent's racket hit the shuttle, and then she identifies the shuttle goes over her head and then moves backward by using the right foot to propel her body to move that way, and just move that way. What it means is that you can use your overhead. You don't have to use your backhand. And using your backhand is a lazy way of doing that. Your quality of shot is bad, is bad, and it's just a terrible thing. So my message is, don't fucking do it. Sorry about my language today, but anyway. Okay, so that's it for today, for this episode. And if you enjoy my talk on this, I'm going to talk a lot more because it's so intricate in badminton. I want to explain the nuances of many of the techniques, and even I will also comment on your favorite players as well. And hopefully I want you to comment as well if you have any particular player you want me to comment on, or a particular technique, and we can discuss that. And thank you for tuning in, and please subscribe and share, and see you next time.